Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Well, tonight I'm coming to you with the eyes that go into the head of the F&B smallest baby, of the baby Bubbles. But one thing I wanted to tell you is that as I was looking at these eyes here, I noticed something. There's a patent number on here as well, but it's also dated. And I don't think the camera can pick it up, but it says December 30th, 1924. It's right on the eyes itself. You can see that on there. I don't know. Let me get in the cameras, like look over and see if we can pick that up for you, to see that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it says December 30th, 1924. What I read about the F&B baby Bubbles when she came out was she was made in that year, and she was continually being made. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to take this all the way out. I was taught this. And then just bring it in like this and let it naturally... Is it picking it up? Do it different angles. Maybe that helps. Can you see that? Okay, it says December 30th, 1924. All right, I find that very interesting because it does coincide with what I read about baby baby Bubbles, is that she was stamped 1924. I think that's when her patent number, everything about to make her, came out, was 1924. The doll actually came out, I think it was shown in 1926. So she had her patent, everything. Eyes were being made for her, her eyes that were going to go, like, obviously there were different eyes. There was some with the crossbar. There was this one with the vertical bar that were made for her. And everything was being made, getting her ready, and then brought her out in a year, maybe late 25, maybe even that time, for her debut. So very interesting. I thought that was very interesting to show before this goes back inside of her head. We never see that again. So it's nice to see that these eyes were fully patented. Now what I'm trying to do right now is clean her eyes up, and then I want to paint the whites of her eyes and take off this pink stuff here, like some of this paint that's on her. Maybe get some of it off, because it's really rough. I don't know if the paint thinner's going to even touch it. Now this may not be, I wonder if it's acrylic, somebody else. This is not being touched. Okay, that's not working. All right, let me put this back in here, because I'm not using this one again. I'm going to be opening a new one. I think I need is, I always call it aspartame. Acetone. Okay. Maybe some acetone would work. I think somebody repainted these eyes. They took them out. So I'm not the first one to take these eyes out. Or they painted them as best as they could inside the head of the doll. That could be it now. They never took them out. They just closed them as much as they could, because it seems like the paint only goes up to a certain point. And see how this works. Oh yeah, that's coming off. So this is acrylic. All right. Someone painted these. Yepers. So we'll just kind of clean them up as best as we can. I've made the body for the doll. I'm a little shy to show myself sewing on the machine, because I'm just not, let's say, comfortable yet. I do my thing. I do better when I'm on my own, by myself, doing it type of thing. But I will show her body. I have her body built. I did a trial on her just with a zip tie. I don't know if I'm going to zip tie her body on or use wire yet. I haven't come to that conclusion. To keep her to original status, she would have a wire put in her. But I don't see the harm. Yeah, that came off. Wow, that looks a lot better than what it did. What's this down here now? Yeah, we're going to paint this bottom part too, just as well. Let's get some of this old acrylic off of here. Now, I had a hole here in her eye, so I did put some spackling in there right now, so I'm able to paint over. Now, this will tell me how far they went back on the eye. Maybe they did take it out. No, I don't think nothing more is coming off to the back. But I'm not worried about the back of the eye. This stuff they don't see. It's this top part that I'm more concerned over than anything. So, just want to clean it up a little bit here. We'll let that spackling harden up in there, and then we'll go over. We'll clean up the eye more. But very interesting, though. It's nice to see. We're going to leave the cork, but we're going to put a new piece of felt on the back. So we are going to do that. Pull this old felt off, okay? And I'm just going to work on these eyes. I'm just cleaning up some of this garbage that's on here. That was probably painted by somebody else years ago. I can tell what they did was they probably closed the doll's eyes and didn't want to take out the bar, which I don't blame them, because I'm wondering how I'm going to put it back in myself. I understand that, and they just paint it where it showed, type of thing. But because I go a little further and test myself out, it's really quite the I find myself that I want to test myself in these areas and know what I can do and what I can't do. And the thing is, I don't want to get stuck with a doll that I can't put back together again. It's possible, it can happen, but we're going to do the best we can anyhow by her. And but that kind of gives me some ability now to, to go around and what do you call it? Paint her, paint up by her, give her nice white eyelids there and everything, the whites of her eyes again. We'll get this yellow taken care of. Can't do it tonight. I gotta let that spackling dry. I want to give it at least a good day or so, but just some cleaning up was nice. But I thought you'd be interested in knowing that there's a patent on here for December 30th. I thought that was really a patent number, and it says December 30th, 1924, which really coincides with the fact that they did bring this doll out after 1924, which was what I read. And that really, they're right on the nose when it comes to that information there. Just that little piece of information tells you that this doll was not out in 1924, especially when it says December 30th. Now that could be when they got the patent for it. They could have been making those eyes all the way along, but then they would never have been stamped. So they got their, so maybe there's some eyes out there that were made earlier and they were just waiting for the patent to come in. Or maybe this one was patent, not so much the crossbar, but the vertical ones were patented to be F&B's own design type of thing. So who knows, but that there are many things that we could probably say about this, and probably all true, or maybe not. We're putting some guesswork in there, but I think it's really interesting that showed up on there, and I thought you would like to have seen that, that date on there. So I thought it was very interesting information, but just love when I find stuff out like that. And to what you read, people who do have it, like they are, like the information is coming from the correct source, just from what I found there. So very, very nice. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to let that dry for tonight. Oh, I wanted to show you the body. I did make my body up. It is done. Now there's still some hand sewing I got to do. That's something I'll do along the way. But I did put a zip tie in here just to show you. There's the front of the body and there's the back of the body. I think I did pretty good. This is the bum area. So I think I did pretty good. It looks pretty nice. My body looks like a little purse pouch, Put your money in there. Zip it up, put a little zipper in there, but that's what her body is. So fits her really nice, so I'm really pleased with it. Not that hard to do when it comes to her body. It was very straightforward sewing, so just seams and go around in a circle and sew it together, sew down. I first sewed the two pieces together, and then I sewed it to this half of the body. The only thing is I had to take it apart once because I had the inside out and the outside in. Oh, you know what I mean? That's the things weren't facing the right way. So I just had to flip it around, but there you go. But anyways, I'll keep you updated as I move along. More to come. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye. Oh, hit the like button if you liked what you just saw here. Give me thumbs up too or whatever, and leave me a comment. I read everything. So thanks again. Bye-bye.